we made history with the election of President Barack Obama. He called us to service as there remains much work to do to end unemployment, poverty, and crime in our communities. There's so many books on how we can accomplish this. But this year, everyone's raving about this summer's hottest new book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America by Chicago's own Emmanuel Barbee. A graduate of Northeastern Illinois University, Barbee addresses key ways we back our families and communities. But unlike so many other books on this topic, Barbee captivates his reader, presenting solutions through a riveting life story. It's entertaining, it's different, it's exciting. The perfect book club selection. Don't be left out. Get your copy of The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America. Order today at Amazon.com.
Welcome to Help Stop the Genocide in American Ghettos podcast. I'm your host, Emmanuel Barbee. If you are new to my YouTube channel, then please subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload a new video. If you don't understand English, I provide a written transcript of this podcast on my live journal page. You can find all of my pages under the About section on my YouTube channel. First, I would like to give special shout out to my contributors, Evangelist Stephanie O'Neill, Missionary Savannah Rush, and Evangelist Martha Mumba. I use this platform to interact with everyone on my friends list and everyone in my social groups by giving Black business owners free airtime to promote their products and services. I give people in the faith community an opportunity to share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and ordinary law-abiding citizens an opportunity to share their special talents and skills to my listeners from the podcast community. After the show, I offer my guest speakers an incentive by teaching them how to create their own podcast and YouTube channel to earn extra revenue. I also assist people on my friends list with creating basic websites, finding college scholarships and grants, housing, and legal services, all for free. I will be hosting my online talk show every Thursday until I'm able to raise $500,000 for our film project, which is Hood Liberator Made in Chicago. The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. We are sincerely grateful to all our supporters, no matter how big or small the donations are. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute will be in the business of creating docudramas, short films, theater, photography, fine arts, music, poetry, literature, sculpture, and dance for inner city youth. Consider becoming a monthly contributor to our Patreon page or PayPal page. We are excited to partner with Teespring. On there, we have a virtual store for CAM merchandise such as COVID face masks, coffee mugs, posters, handbags, and t-shirts. All proceeds will go towards our film project. You can advertise your books, business on our platform. Again, thank you for your support. This podcast is an extension of the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. I created GRCAM because I got tired of all the division among Black people. Pan-Africanism was not working for Black Americans. I wanted to start a new movement for Black people to unite us based on individuals who care about solving Black issues. I created GRCAM in 1991 on a site called Gopher. I wanted to create an organization that focused specifically on solving Black issues in America. I wanted to connect with other like-minded African Americans, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Canadians, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Europeans, African immigrants, Afro-Latinos throughout the diaspora. I also wanted to build a bridge between the diaspora and continental Africans. I would like to encourage at least 10 people on my friends list or 10 people in my social groups to consider becoming a co-host with me on my show during GRCAM 29th anniversary on November 10th. If you're serious, then please send me your email address to my Facebook inbox. I prefer that we would do a mock podcast near the last week of October. I understand many of you have families and are working 2 and 3 jobs to make ends meet. If you are unable to participate, no worries. When you are able, please listen to the podcast. Leave a comment, good or bad, and share this podcast with all of your friends. This will help get the ball rolling. If Thursday evenings are not good for you, then make arrangements with me to come on the show, and we'll do a one-on-one, and, we could take it from there. Instructions on how to participate on the show. First, watch my Facebook Live video called Side A. After I finish with my presentation, then I would open up the virtual phone lines. Just click on the phone icon to interact with me in real time through Facebook Messenger as a voice call for Q&A. This will be called Side B. The reason why the time range is from 8 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Central Time is to give my international friends an opportunity to participate on the show as well. Tonight's topic, spiritual warfare, doing my father's business, 28 years of rejection. I'm just getting started. After I finish my pep talk, then I will bring on evangelist Stephanie O'Neill, who will give us her insight from a spiritual perspective. And then after her presentation, then we will open up the discussion for Q&A. 2020 has been a year of exposure from COVID-19 to continued protests of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd, which has spread protests about police brutality and racial inequality around the globe. These protests are more than just about state violence. It's a call for an end to white supremacy. White supremacy is the belief that white people are inherently superior to people from all other groups, especially black people. It's founded in every aspect of American life, from policing, housing, education, employment, religion, and politics, as well as the medical field. America was based on an economic racial pyramid. When the colonizers came to America, they waged genocide against the natives and imposed slavery on Africans. I explained in my revised book, quote, The Solution for Black America, 2nd edition, chapter 3, on faith, I discussed that white supremacy came about during Caesar Augustus rule. According to Luke chapter 2, verse 1, and it came to pass that in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. He took it upon himself to play God and impose his economy on the world, which is capitalism. Perhaps the most important component of GRCAM is the spiritual component. The grassroots community activist movement is a revolutionary 21st century kingdom building, global black unity and black empowerment virtual organization which focus on solving black issues and African issues throughout the African continent and the diaspora, if given a chance. GRCAM is a virtual Christian socialist organization. For me, Christian socialism is an authentic form of Christianity. A Christian socialist is a form of socialism based on the teachings of Jesus. Many Christian socialists believe that capitalism is idolatrous and rooted in greed, social inequality, and institutionalized racism, which most Christian denominations consider a moral sin. We will focus on what we stand for, which is love, compassion, social justice, and liberation theology. Jesus told us to focus on the least of these in society, according to Matthew chapter 25, verse 35 to 40. He also commanded us to be witness to others, not just for us to read his word, but to activate social change in the world, according to Matthew chapter 28, verse 16 through 20. We will be committed to the healing ministry of Jesus by showing compassion to inner city youth and their families, which will promote dignity to the people and community we will serve. We will promote an authentic form of Christianity, again, which is Christian socialism for me. We will emphasize the importance of morals and character development for both Christians and non-Christians. We will also focus on strengthening the black family and focusing on solving black issues by promoting a black economic agenda. Non-black sympathizers are welcome to join us, but before we allow guests into our space, we as black people have to get our house in order first. I will declare war on this Willie Lynch mentality within the black culture. No one under my leadership within this business will ever have to endure such humiliation and rejection that I had to do just for trying to do something positive in the black community. Again, it's been 28 years. Next month will be 29 years that I've been trying to get this organization up and running. And to me, this is spiritual warfare at its best. But I believe that my Creator, higher power, Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, also his name is Yahshua. He gave me an assignment, and I'm going to do my best to carry out that assignment to the best of my ability without shame, and I'm going to do my best to get this thing started. This organization is based on my experience, and my revised book is the foundation of this organization. We will use human thumb technology in order to keep track that everyone is doing their part in this organization. If someone is unable to pay their membership fees, then we will offer them an option to go through our barter program in exchange for membership fees. The only thing which is preventing me from turning my virtual Christian socialist organization, GRCAM, into a real Christian business, GRCAI, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute, is the lack of manpower and the capital. This is why I turn to social media to get my message out to the public through my YouTube videos, my social groups, my blog postings, my online talk show, my revised book, and now through my future urban Christian film, Hood Liberator, made in Chicago, The War Against Willie Lynch Begins. This is my last attempt to try to do something positive for my racial group in America. As I mentioned in my last podcast entitled Holding On to the American Dream, it is very humiliating for me to watch our people being attacked by dogs and having fire hose sprayed on them just for trying to vote and be treated fairly under the law here in the United States. African Americans have been in the United States for 400 years, and we are still being treated like third and fourth class citizens. As long as black people remain in America, then we will always have to deal with institutionalized racism, because that's what this America was founded on. For those black parents out there, if you truly love your children, then you need to think twice about raising your children outside of America. We are under a grace period. It's going to get worse for black people. I'm just letting you know. Whether you believe in spiritual warfare or not, we're all in a kingdom Either you're in the kingdom of light or you're in the kingdom of darkness. If you're in the kingdom of light, then you have to align with the values of God. When you look at government, business, education, and the media, the people who have held these social positions for many years are being used by the kingdom of darkness. This is why we as black people have to create our own system through Genocide or Genocide of Chicago, so that we can produce black entrepreneurs, black lawyers, black doctors, black media. We have to promote a kingdom agenda and a black agenda. Before I became a Christian, I was a black man first. I care about my people and want to see them succeed in life. I'm not interested in running for public office in order to improve the current system called capitalism. I'm here to offer an alternative system which will bring back balance with nature. I call for builders to arise and work with me while I am still alive in Jesus' name. Those who join my management team will go down in history with me and Sister Renee. My assignment is to bring clarity on a spiritual level through my Christian business. We want to meet the need of the community we will serve. We will only assist black families that want to utilize our programs and services. Those who don't want to join us or prefer to do wrong, we will show them tough love and pray for them and keep it moving. My assignment is also to connect with other like-minded blacks and Africans who is willing to work with me and turning my ideas into action. Through my nonprofit, the Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Chicago, we encourage our members to apply for. We will encourage our members to apply for their visa and passport so that they can do African tours with us. Our objective is to build a bridge between the diaspora and continental Africans. We want to encourage African entrepreneurs to do business with us in America so that we can help improve the inner cities while helping the African economy. Through Genocide Chicago, we aim to create satellite communities for those who are unable to leave America based on the criteria from traveling companies. Like, a person might have a felony or something like that, or other stipulations. They might have to pay back child support, so they won't be able to get their passports. Now, according to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Satan uses corrupt people and through unjust laws. Individualism is sliding its way into the black culture. Now our young people are becoming Americanized and care less about working as a collective, and we as a result, black people are becoming easy target by the dominant society, especially I would say by white supremacists from that society. It's been 28 years that I have been reaching out to establish black organizations in Chicago, including the Black Church, and none of them are willing to work with me. That's just a fact. It's okay. That's why I'm sharing my story. And I want to make sure that, once I get this organization up and running, we are going to declare this war on this Willie Lynch mentality so that we can break that mess, that nobody have to be going through all this unnecessary drama. Because if it was up to me, everybody that's on my friends list, everybody that's in my social group would be on board and would be working with me to help turn this thing into a reality. to make the process go faster. This is why I'm holding my show every week, trying to encourage people to participate. Praying to the Lord that He would connect me with brave and smart people to work with me and Sister Renee. I'm grateful for my collaborators outside of Chicago. But, truth be told, I need smart boots on the ground. This is why I wrote my book, in order to recruit 30 black middle-class professionals within the United States. Since 2012, and still to this day, I only have Sister Renee, who is actually working with me directly. I tried to explain to my group members that Nehemiah did not rebuild the wall of Jerusalem by himself. He had bricklayers, engineers, and architects. Likewise, I want black middle-class professionals who have the following criteria. I'm looking for investors, business partners, black entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and philanthropists. I am also looking for legitimate film producers, actors, stage managers, grant writers, or fundraisers, professional fundraisers, technical directors, marketers, accountants, business administrators, social workers, financial planners, lawyers, real estate brokers, and insurance agents. I have my articles of incorporation and my bylaws typed and available for my nonprofit cooperative. I also have my articles of organization typed and available for my for-profit service-based business. In other words, I ain't online to be playing games. I mean business. Gakai will function in the areas of community co-op, community grocery stores, community healthcare, and community housing. Gakai will operate on two fronts, a domestic front and on an international front. On a domestic front, that's going to be specifically in the United States. Our mission is to create a sense of national urgency about the genocide which is taking place within our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago. We will push for social change through our stories using media and advocacy. We will achieve this through our films, stage plays, journalism, to change the narrative. We will strive to educate and enlarge our audience of concerned citizens who care about solving black issues in America. We want our Gakai mission is to eradicate urban violence in Chicago through our programs and services. We also want to tackle poverty, institutionalized racism, and police brutality within the black community. We want to promote economic opportunities in the African American community by becoming an advocate, offer stipends and resources for our members, offer a second chance program for ex-offenders of nonviolent crimes, former gang members, and homeless individuals within the community. We want to provide programs and services to strengthen the black family by creating jobs and building a strong economic base. We want to heal collectively from this Willie Lynch mentality in America, as well as on the continent, heal from the colonized mentality. We want to examine the Amish community, the Asian community, and the Jewish community so that we can practice group economics and form our own code of conduct. Again, we want to get our house in order first before we invite non-black sympathizers into our space. That's very important. Again, if black people don't want to support this organization, hey, at least I tried. And again, I can't say that I failed because I have not had the opportunity to put my ideas into action. All I have been doing is been trying to reach out to find other like-minded people. But the people that I run across, all they want to do is complain about the white man, complain about the government. I'm like, hey, all that's fine and dandy, but let's build. Let's build. So that way we can get the hell out of America. You know what I'm saying? That's me being real. Because I'm trying to get out of here, but again, my resources is limited. I'm on a shoestring budget. On the continent or international front, Ghettos of Africa, we will hire African immigrants in America to encourage the diaspora to set up chapters in South Africa first, because we want to get our foot on the ground. Again, I'm not trying to hide behind no computer. We use the computer in terms, the internet in terms of advertising and trying to recruit people. But I do not want to die in America. I want to bring my ideas to the continent and work with my people that want to utilize our programs and services. Those that don't care, again, we'll show them tough love, pray for them, and keep it moving. So once we're in South Africa, we want to replicate the organization to 9 other African nations, such as Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Angola, Nigeria, Kenya, Ethiopia, Tanzania, and Uganda. I am encouraging my international friends to put pressure on their African governments to allow the diaspora to have citizenship within 5 years if they're serious about us doing business on the African continent. Ghettos of Africa will go through the proper channels with the African government to start our NGO, which is a non-government organization. We want to work with our disadvantaged brothers and sisters in society to improve their chances and their capability for self-development. We want to educate Africans about Ghettos. We want to fight against corruption, to offer like mentorship programs and various youth activities to the African youth. Promote education through our learning centers, through book donations, publications to needy youth, enabled so that they can achieve their academic goals. We want to promote health among the people in rural areas and low-income urban areas by organizing for medical camps and health awareness campaigns. We want to participate in various economic activities geared toward improving the standard of living among the people in low-income rural and urban centers. The Ghettos of Africa will offer private employment to our members based on our budget and sponsorship. We will provide infrastructure for building bridges, roads, power lines, clean running water, agricultural technology, solar and wind energy to help our members with their electrical generators, and most of all, help improve the African economy, as well as educate people about the problems with capitalism. In time, we will expand to Brazil and Pacific places in the Caribbean, such as Barbados, Bahamas, Haiti, and Jamaica. Africa is the richest continent on earth, and yet it is home to the poorest people in the world. The question is why? I believe because of corruption and a lack of vision. Jesus, Yahshua, has called me to connect with other like-minded blacks and Africans to build a new system which will give black women and black men equal status through education and in business. Ghettos will help build a bridge between the diaspora and continental Africans. We will teach our members servant leadership, and that can harness the resources we have, mobilize the people towards a vision for transformation, and deliver the transformation that our continent urgently needs. Gurkai was created to raise skills, strategies, servitude. Our objective in Africa is to create a genuine, sovereign, and self-sufficient Africa for both continental Africans and the diaspora. Our programs are focused on rebuilding Africa to secure our future. The talent and technology to rebuild Africa is here. We need continental Africans and the diaspora to unite and help Africa experience her true potential. If we lose the continent, we lose everything. This is our last chance to get it right for the sake of our children. The Grassroots Community Activist Institute of Africa is going to play an eccentric role in ushering in an African Renaissance in which the diaspora and the continental Africans are going to pool our resources together in hopes of returning Africa back to her golden age. The time is now to sow seeds of hope, prosperity, peace, and sovereignty and plant them. So in the future, we will reap a mighty harvest for Africa and the diaspora to prosper from. Please partner with us in making this objective a reality and creating an African paradise. Africa will control its destiny and resources and does not have to rely on foreign exploiters who do not serve the best interests of African people. It's not my burden alone, but rather a shared burden, for I'm just one black man with a plan and a vision. It takes a team to make a dream work. Please hear me on that, people. Again, I'm not doing all this stuff for my health, doing these videos, doing my blog postings. I'm trying to connect with the right people. That's serious. Melanated people. Because again, this is our responsibility. Sure, I could reach out to non-black sympathizers and, try to get them on board right now, but this is our responsibility as black people first and foremost. And we have to build this. And we have to own this. If we don't do this, then, basically it's a bad reflection on our youth because there ain't nothing out there working. I'm just saying. GRCAM is a global community of thinkers and builders. I need your help to move GRCAM from behind a computer into our urban communities that need our talents and skills. Grassroots Community Activist Institute will be membership-based. Everyone will be screened and must attend to our mandatory orientation and sign the community pledge, no exceptions. No hardened criminals, no active gang members, no urban terrorists, no pedophiles, and no half-steppers allowed in my organization. This is how I get down. This is my contribution back to my community, society, and throughout the African diaspora. I have scripture to back up my claim. They are as follows. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 14. And it shall be as the chase robe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land. That's very important. It's sad that, I'm just going there that, the financial elites, they brag in their history books about having our ancestors as slaves, and, for us as black people that continue to live, in this country and being treated like third and fourth class citizens it's just ridiculous. We do have options. Again, Jesus, Yahshua has set us free. I don't give credit to Abraham Lincoln. I give credit to Jesus. He set us free. We have, yes, we're going to have to pay, to get that passport and visa so we can get up out of here. But if that's what it takes, so be it. Again, marching for or withholding our vote, unless the Democrats would side with our offering us tangibles and giving us reparations. That's not going to happen because that's counter to the founding of this country. They want to keep financial elites want to keep black people at the bottom. Yes, they'll let a few tokens, and sellouts go be at the top, but they call those people quote unquote representatives. So that's all they're looking at, representation, and that's not basically what we want. We want qualified immunity to be off the books, to be able to hold those rogue cops accountable for killing black people, and a list of other things. But like I say, I mean, Grakai, I'm just trying to do is connect with smart people, put my ideas into action, create these satellite communities in our inner cities, and for us to go ahead and take our talents and skills to the continent. Those that want to stay here, you're going to be under a grace period because the financial elites are going to attack those satellite communities. But at least, we'll do our best. That's all I'm trying to do. And if it moves to other cities, fine. If not, hey, at least I did my best. Again, I don't have another 28 years to be trying to reach out and talk to people. I wrote the vision and made it plain. You know what I'm saying? Another scripture is Genesis chapter 15, verse 13 through 14. It says, this is from the King James Version. Then he said to Abram, know certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them, and they will afflict them 400 years, and also the nation whom they serve I will judge. Afterward they shall come out with great possessions. Then it says, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68, and the Lord will take you back to Egypt. And to me, I'm looking at it, that's America. America is the new Egypt. In ships, by the way of which I say to you, you shall never see it again, and there you shall be offered for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you. In other words, only one that can get us out of this stuff is Yahshua himself, and he's doing that. He gave me the vision on not to talk to quote unquote Pharaoh like Moses. He had to talk to Pharaoh to help free the Israelites. I'm just trying. God called me to talk to Black America, especially the middle class Black Americans, professionals. And so they won't come forth. So what I have to do this film so I can generate capital, so that way I can hire neither African immigrants or Afro-Caribbeans, either or. So that way we can get this thing started in Chicago. Create those satellite communities on the west side and south side of Chicago. Make Chicago a model first. Like I say, if it expands to other cities, cool. If not, cool. At least we tried. And the global Black family will be our witness. It's sad that Black people want to hold on to this country so hard, but God has blessed us with a whole continent. And that's what we need to be fighting for. And that's all I'm trying to do. And it's a shame that, it's just rough. I mean, we could rebuild Black Wall Street there. Because if we rebuild it here in America, it's going to get sabotaged again. But it is what it is. So I'm just gonna say maybe another verse. I mean, if you want to look at the other verses that I have, just like I say, go to my YouTube channel under About and look under where it says Live Journal, and you can see it on there. If you don't see it on there, what I recommend for you to do is just send me your email address, and I would just send it to you through email. My transcript. Another scripture that I'm going to read would be that coincide with what I'm talking about is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So to me, that means all of this marching and protesting, black people have been doing that again for 52 years. You're listening to a bunch of, I would say, uneducated people. I mean, they been doing the same thing, and I'm trying to interject new ideas, but they don't want to hear that. So you want to follow a person that don't have a vision and don't have a plan, and so that's sad, and it looks real. It's really sad that our struggle has become a joke, because people are not taking us serious. I would say the dominant culture and other racial groups. So that's just really sad. But that's on them. Like I say, our motto is intelligence over ignorance. In the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 14, it says, "And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet." So again, right there, God has given me, he's letting me know that, hey, if I'm not able to get it started in Chicago, hey, at least I tried. Dust my feet off. I could take it to another city. But again, I do want Black America to know that I'm trying my best to find qualified people. I don't want just anyone. I want people that meet the qualifications I'm looking for, because I want to make a quality nonprofit. We also going to have a for-profit service-based business, and that's where I'm going to make my bread and butter. The nonprofit is my gift to the Black community, to those that want to, utilize our programs and services. It's just that simple. But again, this is spiritual warfare, that Willie Lynch mentality. Hey, I got mine, you get yours, and who do you think you are? And I even talked to some people, with spiritual titles, say to me, it sounds like Brother Emmanuel, you don't like being tested. Well, I'm like, my goodness, I've been pushing this thing for going on 29 years. I mean, how much test do I need? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's such a turnoff. It is such a turnoff. But I'm just asking God to give me strength. This is why he put me on this planet. To carry out his will. So I want to be able to teach and to be able to, people that have sense to understand that I want to put something in their pockets. I'm not trying to sell pipe dreams. I want to teach people how to start their own nonprofits, how to start up their own for-profit businesses. I know how to do those things. It's just that the only thing I'm having a hard time with is finding qualified people to help me run this thing. So I said my piece. We're going to get ready to get Evangelist Stephanie O'Neill's perspective on this. And then after she finishes her presentation, we're going to go ahead and open it up for Q&A. All right, I'm looking for Evangelist Stephanie O'Neill.